Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, I go holiday shopping at Christmas in the Woods, and I prepare my fabulous pumpkin soup. But first, be very afraid. Get ready for experience. Well, one of my favorite haunted houses in the area has always been Ghoul Mansion in Skadden, Pennsylvania. And now they're here at Eastwood Field with experience. 3 haunts, clown chaos, blacklight golf, and you know, I am not the authority I once was, so I had to bring in the big guns, my nieces. I have got Megan, Marianne, and Maeve with me, and you guys have a lot of experience with haunted things, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, we do.
What do you find really scary, Maeve?
I find chainsaw dudes.
Chainsaw dudes are pretty scary, especially when the chainsaw is alive, you know?
Yeah.
What about you? What do you find really scary when you go to haunted houses?
Probably slaughterhouses. Those scare me a lot.
And you being, you know, the oldest sister, you've got the most experience, Megan. What really scares you?
Clowns.
Well, then we've got to do the clown chaos golfing. Now, you know, my go-to guy for anything frightening is Jim. He brought us Ghoul Mansion and now the experience. What do we expect that is, I mean, you have so much more space to work with at Eastwood Field.
Oh, absolutely. What you can expect is everything that I couldn't do in Sharon. That's the easy explanation. You know, we've got 3 haunted houses. We've got Clown Chaos Mini Golf. We've got the Scarecade. We've got our whole our midway here. We'll have different entertainment on different nights. We'll have some fire breathers here, and you know, pretty much everything that we couldn't do before, we're now doing.
Now, you have 3 different haunts, serious haunts. Is there like a degree of fright? Like, would one be the most and the one lesser?
No, you know, one of the things that we did here is we wanted to make it a family event, but still stand by our laurels as making it scary as well. So, you know, I refuse to get rid of all the scare, but one of the things we wanted to do is we wanted to make it fun for the entire family, so the girls can come out and have a good time, and you know, I say from the youngest to the oldest and the smallest to the tallest can all come out and have a good time. We've got so 3 haunted houses. We have the Hunted, we have Isolation, and then we have Thorn Funeral Parlor. And they all have different themes, but so the Hunted basically is a zombie-themed mansion, and the Isolation, for those of you who maybe came to Sharon in the past, and maybe tried or didn't try the Hunted or the Hooded Haunt.
Oh boy, that Hooded Haunt, it freaked me out.
You didn't like that, so we did away with the hoods for you, Casey.
Oh,
but I'll promise you that after you go through Isolation, you'll wish that you had a hood on instead. And then our 3rd haunt is Thorn Funeral Parlor, and that's based off of a script that RJ Hattie has helped us with. So RJ, as you know, was on the television show Face Off on Sci-Fi, and he's now our full-time makeup artist. So he has created some custom characters for us, and has helped us create this custom-themed haunt, and so we've got all that. We then have the Scarecade, which is a place where if you're too scared to go through, you can actually come in. You can activate an old school arcade game. You and I remember that. The girls, you know, think about an arcade game sitting in front of a television, but the arcade games that we remember, you can stand there, you can activate a camera inside the haunt, and you'll be able to scare people inside the haunted house. The other thing that we have going on is an app that we've partnered with a company called Dare to Scare. And Dare to Scare app, you can download it on your smartphone, either iPhone or Android. and you'll actually be able to activate cameras within the haunted houses, and you'll be able to activate scares in the haunted houses, so you can actually sit at home on your couch and scare people in the haunted house here.
Now we've got to give it the official review. What do we say for experience?
I like it.
I say thumbs up.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
I
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with owner Phil, Rita, and Chef Tank. Been on field trips. I know from where you get your food, and always, I'm never disappointed by your menu. What do we have coming up?
Okay, that's our Magic Monster Burger. It has 2 8-ounce patties and some Walnut Hill Farms pork belly on it with a little bit of pecan jam. We have our new pepperoni pretzel roll with house-made marinara. We have our award-winning bacon jam burger with premium pastured meat on it, and we also have our pot roast and of course our house pretzels.
It all sounds so amazing.
Casey, I am so proud of our kitchen team for the pride they take in making everything from scratch and supporting local farmers. It's what makes Magic Tree live up to who we are, and that's a place where people can eat, drink, and celebrate.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What happens in a baseball stadium when the lights go out? The Experience Haunted Attraction is back at Eastwood Field in Niles. 6 haunts in 1 location, plus all new escape rooms. More details at theexperience.com. Fear awaits.
Here at the Upstairs, we cater to everyone. When you come through the door, I treat you as though you're my friend. So there's all kinds of options here at the Upstairs. There's something on that menu for everyone. Great food, friendly service, very clean restaurant. There's a lot of restaurants, a lot of good restaurants in our community. So I always feel honored when someone comes here. I want everybody coming through that door to leave here with a good experience.
Mayflower Wallen is your full-service independent insurance agency for what matters most. Home, auto, life, boat, RV, umbrella. We'll find the right product at the right price for your family. Mayflower Wallen with 3 locations to serve you. When the temperatures cool down, I start making a lot more soups. And when I was out at Ziddick's Pumpkin Farm, they had given me some pie pumpkins. And I had never really worked with them, only the pumpkin puree. So I had baked them off, removed the inner flesh, and voila, I have got fresh pumpkin chunks. So I've made an incredibly delicious and savory pumpkin soup, and nothing went to waste. I also toasted the pumpkin seeds for this soup that I'm going to use as a garnish. Not a lot of ingredients, but this is packed with flavor, and it's not loaded with heavy cream because I really like a lighter soup. So get ready for my savory pumpkin soup. For this recipe, you'll need 8 cups or 2 32-ounce cartons of chicken stock, 5 cups of baked pumpkin chunks, 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme chopped, 5 cloves of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger grated, 2 medium onions chopped, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 cup of half and half, and chopped cilantro and pumpkin seeds for garnish. This recipe is so easy, you are not going to believe it. You can thank me later. All right, I've got all the chicken stock already in the soup pot. I have the heat on medium-high because we want to bring this to a boil. And if you don't want to work with fresh pumpkin, this is about 5 cups from 1 medium-sized pie pumpkin. You can use 4 cups of pumpkin puree. All right, from a can, but make sure you get the unseasoned one, not the pumpkin pie spiced one. So we're gonna add this to the pot, and then we will add our 2 onions that I've already chopped. I mean, this is such an easy dish. One of my favorite seasonings, other than garlic, which I just dropped in, is the ginger. And that really makes this a bright, bright dish. So I put in that tablespoon of ginger. Also thyme, it's so versatile. Drop that in. And then we'll add the salt oops, salt and pepper. This is 2 teaspoons, okay? Be a little generous, it's a big pot of soup. And then about a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. And what we're gonna do is bring this to a boil, and then we'll reduce the heat and let it simmer for 30 minutes. Well, it's come to a rolling boil, and I wish you could smell this. Oh, it smells amazing. So now we'll reduce the heat to a nice low simmer. We'll go about 20 minutes more, and then we'll get ready to puree this. Well, it's been simmering for a half hour, and the kitchen smells amazing. And now is a good time to use your handy dandy immersion blender. Now, if you don't have one, you can put this in your blender a few cups at a time and remove it from the heat. But I just like to turn off the heat and do it right here on the stove. So now is a good time to smooth and puree this soup. Well, it's totally smooth and creamy, and I'll let it simmer for about 20 more minutes. But if you like it a little chunkier, you don't have to puree it quite as much as I did. And in about 20 minutes, we'll add the half and half, and this soup will be ready to serve. I'm not a big fan of really heavy, thick, creamy soups, and actually this soup you could eat right now. But I'm going to add just a little more thickness, and I'm going to cream it up just a little bit with a half a cup of half and half. And I've already turned the heat off. I am just going to pour this in and stir thoroughly to make sure it's combined. Okay, so let's give this a try. A dollop of Greek yogurt would be excellent on this. But I've done my toasted pumpkin seeds as a garnish, and also some fresh chopped cilantro. And this looks amazing. It is so rich and flavorful and warming, and it's delicious. But it's not a heavy, thick, creamy soup, but it's loaded with flavor. You are really going to enjoy this. And my wonderful beverage consultant, Phil Rita, he recommended Maison Legrand, which is a French brand, and this is a Côte de Gascon, and it is a very dry but well-balanced white, and it really cuts through all the ginger, garlic, and wonderful pumpkin flavors, so it is a wonderful wine to enjoy with this soup. Go to my website, caseysecondoctweb.com, for my savory pumpkin soup recipe. It is going to get you through this fall and winter. Enjoy. Cheers. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Part of growing up in Youngstown is growing up with Rowley Brothers Markets. Even friends who have moved out of town come to shop and say hi when they're home for a visit.
And my family has always shopped at Rowley's, and today they are still my favorite grocery store. My recipes depend on the best ingredients, and that's why I get them at Rowley's, where you'll always find the freshest food at the best prices.
Rowley Brothers is a proud sponsor of the KC Malone Show. The quality that customers have come to expect is true local flavor.
$5 Burger Mondays at Sadies Place, inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I'd like to give you some free advice. That's right, a lawyer giving free advice. Hard to believe, right? If you're involved in an automobile accident, don't try to handle it alone. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, handling the medical bills, insurance forms, and all the red tape. And hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court or have to pay upfront fees.
Need a lawyer? Call us.
Hi everybody, I'm Danny, owner and operator of Cthulhu Prime Meats, a third-generation butcher shop that not only specializes in quality, but also in customer service and doing things in a new technological way. Chris here is our customer service manager. Chris, what do you think that we do differently than any other grocery store?
I think we personally not only offer great product, but we can offer a great customer service experience as well. We try and treat all our customers like they were family and friends, ask how their family's doing just so they can keep in touch, and give them that customer experience that they deserve.
And the nice part is we not only do that inside the store, but also on CthulhuPrimeMeats.com, where you can buy a lot of our products that we carry here, whether it be grass-fed beef, organic chicken, some of our specialty burgers and bacon. Those are wonderful, and we're going to provide that same customer experience online as we do in store.
Come see us in store or online. Make your next meal one to remember.
There is a nip in the air and leaves are changing color, but thousands come to Columbiana for 2 big weekends of Christmas in the Woods. Over 300 vendors sell their handmade wares in a charming village setting. It is a crisp fall day, and it is the first day of Christmas in the Woods. We're out here in Columbiana, and I am dying to do some Christmas shopping. Everything here must be made by hand by the artists themselves, and we are talking a huge variety of handmade products. So we're going to check out all the different vendors, see what people are snapping up, and we're going to spend the day at Christmas in the Woods. This is Sharon from Union City, Pennsylvania, and she is half of the Annadelle for the alpaca farm. And you've got so many products. I love this hat, by the way. And you grow the alpaca, and you make the yarn and the material too.
Yes. And that hat you have on is hand spun by me, and then it was hand knit by Deb, and the yarn, the fleece came off of our animals.
How many alpaca do you have?
About 30 at the house. Every year we sit down and we figure out, well, what's going to be our new thing for next year. The alpaca fiber is so wonderful because it's 5 to 6 times warmer than sheep wool. Each hair of the alpaca has a hollow core like polar bear hair.
So it really is warm and insulating,
It really
naturally.
is warm, yes. And once you try it for the first time, you'll be sold. It sells itself.
Well, Alicia is just like me. She is a first-timer here at Christmas in the Woods. What do you think of this?
I absolutely love it.
Can you believe all the different artists that are here?
No, I can't believe it. There's so many things to choose from. It's unbelievable.
Are you getting any Christmas shopping done?
Yes. I'm being a little selfish, so I'm getting a couple things for me.
And what did you get?
Well, you know what? I got something for my daughter. She's 15 months, so we got a little Christmas outfit.
That is darling. And what are you eyeballing for yourself?
Well, I bought some plaques over on the other side. They're going to hold them for us because I bought so many. And I'm thinking about a wreath, but my husband might kill me if I buy more wreaths. But
you know what? It was a gift from me.
Perfect.
Now, Heidi, you're from California.
That's right. I come here every year. We've been coming, all of us, for the last 8 years, I think, right?
Yes,
this year number 8. Yes, 8 is great.
Are you originally from this area?
No.
We're from Michigan.
They're from Michigan, I'm from California, and this is my cousin.
And why are you so attracted to Christmas in the Woods? Really, California, that's quite a trek.
Well, because it's adorable. There's nothing like it in the area.
And what part of Michigan are you from?
Ann Arbor area, Detroit area.
And so, really, and you come to Ohio. Isn't that interesting? The Michigan folks coming to Ohio.
Oh, I know.
My parents live in Salem. So my parents live in Salem, and we stay with them. And this has been our girls' weekend tradition for 8 years. We've been coming all together.
Wow. So, yeah. Now, what treasures are you looking for? What do you think you'll pick up today? Because I got these at the alpaca stand. Aren't they cool?
We like the cloth pumpkin stand. We like the candles.
Yep.
We like woodworking. We like the embroidery on the pillows, for children's names. Wooden signs, yeah.
The vintage,
Wow.
like trays and all the woodworking that they paint. Love it.
Joan McDevitt is from the Painting Parlor, and you are a veteran here at Christmas in the Woods.
Yes, I'm a veteran, and we've been here since the beginning. And we just are here in this space, and we create all year round just to come to the show.
Now, you like to change the different items and paint your own images on them. How long have you been doing that?
Since 1974. That's too many years to count.
Well, you know, I have one of your Fiesta vases, and it sits a little bud vase right on my kitchen windowsill.
Isn't that funny how things happen, and here we are again?
I know, and my buddy Mark comes over and he goes, that's Joan's work. And here I am, I finally get to meet you. What are some of the favorite things that you really like to, you know, paint and, you know, the different items you like to apply that to?
Well, I like to do larger pieces like the furniture and the windows and the buckets, and you'll see other furniture as you travel through the booth.
Well, you do have some beautiful items.
Well, thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and everyone.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more Christmas shopping.
What happens in a baseball stadium when the lights go out? The Experience Haunted Attraction is back at Eastwood Field in Niles. 6 haunts in one location, plus all new escape rooms. More details at theexperience.com. Fear awaits.
There's a new standard in assisted living. One that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care. Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location. The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services. And a truly elegant setting in Canfield. Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
Mayflower Wallen is your full-service independent insurance agency for your business. We work with several companies, so you have choices for your insurance needs. Commercial properties, professional liability, bonding, and general. Trust Mayflower Wallen.
My dad, Stephen J. Kamara, opened a jewelry store in 1948. He sold high-quality jewelry at a fair price. We are keeping the family tradition alive. I'm Bob Kamara. Along with my children, Rob and Brianna, Kamara's has the largest selection of diamonds and engagement rings in our area. You can trust Kamara Jewelers to offer the best value and personal service. Kamara Jewelers, locally owned by the 3rd-generation Kamara family and working on the 4th. Get real, get Kamara.
4 for $5 till 6. Happy hour at Sadies Place inside the Best Western, Route 46, Austintown. I know it's only October, but Christmas music fills the air as shoppers browse for unique holiday gifts. I guess Christmas is right around the corner. Well, Jelaine accompanied me on our little shopping trip today. Mommy, what do you think? You haven't been here in a while.
I haven't been here in about 10 years. I can't believe how it's grown. It's unbelievable. Of course, you know, my favorite holiday is Christmas. When a lady has a closet for nothing but Christmas, she is a little loony for Christmas.
Yes, yeah, Daddy used to say when he felt like he lived in Woolworths.
And of course, nobody would remember what Woolworths was, you know.
Well, I know.
And my stuff is a lot better than Woolworths.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? What have you been spying that you think you might be picking up?
I love snowmen because I can leave them out for 3 or 4 months after Christmas. So I'm looking for something for my kitchen for snowmen.
Now, I grew up with Judy Eddy. She has Main Street Originals. Now, back in the day when we were running around, I had no idea you had such artistic talent.
Thank you. I know, go figure.
But you have been doing this for over, what, 20, 25 years?
5 years. That's how old Jonathan is, yeah. And I've been at this show for 20 years. This is the 20th anniversary. And I brought out some favorites, and I change it every year, so it's always fun. And do my Gracie calendar now and all my fun sayings. And
I mean, and now you are actually a storefront
again down in Columbiana. I do. It's a darling little building, and I love it. And I'm excited.
Now, where do you keep getting your ideas for all the different things that you do?
I wake up at night, I swear.
Now, I always save my Crown Royal velvet bags, but here is a good use for the bottles. Look at this. All these different bottles are hummingbird feeders. I mean, look at the beautiful cobalt, old classic vintage pop bottles, an old Pepsi. That is really clever, and that is a great use for these old bottles. Sharon is the owner of Elegant Jewelry Designs, and they're from Willoughby, and she is one of the vendors here. And you really have some gorgeous pieces. What do you specialize in?
Sterling silver, Swarovski crystals, and gemstones.
And do you repurpose some of these, or are these, I mean, these look like such old beads. Look at this gorgeous necklace.
And those are actually just an AB, what they call Aurora Borealis crystal bead.
I mean, it really has such a vintage look to it. And how many years have you been out here at Shaker?
7 years. I've been out here at Shaker, but I've been doing jewelry for about 11 years.
And why do you keep coming back? Do you really?
I really enjoy the people. I get a lot of people that return customers for jewelry, and I like to hear that people are really enjoying their designs.
Look at this. This is the snowman you got?
This is the primitive little snowman. I don't have a primitive one, and I got it down the road a piece, and I thought he'd be real sweet in my kitchen.
I love him. You know, I am amazed at all the different vendors out here.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And everything is handmade.
And everyone is just so nice. I'm telling you.
Waiting in line. Can you imagine?
No.
Everybody's complaining about the economy, and they're all waiting in line to purchase.
I know. I love it. And, you know, it's 2 weekends, and I really have enjoyed coming out here, and I am so glad my shopping consultant, Mark Smith, made sure that I put this on my to-do list.
Yes, and he knows all the vendors. You know that he's a steady customer.
No, but really, it runs another weekend, and it's definitely worth the stop. I'm going to give it a true thumbs up.
Oh, yes, 5 stars.
5 stars. Merry Christmas. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.